Welcome back to Old Coin Spot, where every old coin tells a story richer than gold. Today, we're diving deep into toe of America's most intriguing finds. First coin. Among American numismatic treasures, the 1965 Washington quarter holds a fascinating place, not just for its age, but for its unique story in the evolution of U.S. coinage. Although billions of quarters were produced that year, one exceptional variety, the 1965 silver quarter, has become a highly prized collector's item. What makes it so captivating is its link to one of the most pivotal shifts in U.S. monetary history. For coin enthusiasts, finding a genuine 1965 quarter struck on a 90% silver planchet is like uncovering a hidden relic from the past. With its combination of rarity, historical significance, and undeniable charm, it has captured the attention of seasoned numismatists and investors alike, fetching impressive prices in the collector's market today. The story of the 1965 quarter begins during a major transition in American coinage. Prior to that year, quarters were minted in 90% silver, but due to rising silver prices and the national coin shortage of the early 1960s, the U.S. Mint switched to a copper-nickel-clad composition. The change was intended to preserve precious metal reserves while maintaining the appearance of silver coins in circulation. However, during this transition, a few leftover silver planchets from 1964 were mistakenly struck with the new 1965 date, creating a rare error coin that defied the Mint's new policy. These transitional errors, minted primarily at the Philadelphia Mint, became legends in numismatic circles, symbolizing both human oversight and a significant turning point in U.S. monetary history. The design of the 1965 quarter remains true to the long-standing Washington quarter motif, first introduced in 1932 to honor the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The obverse showcases the dignified profile of America's first president, with the inscriptions Liberty and In God We Trust, while the reverse displays the bold heraldic eagle-clutching arrows and olive branches, symbols of strength and peace. Measuring 24.3 in diameter and weighing approximately 6.25 grams if struck on a silver planchet, the rare 1965 silver quarter distinguishes itself from the more common copper-nickel-clad version, which weighs slightly less and has a copper-colored edge. Its lustrous silver tone, when found in high-grade condition, gives it a brilliant aesthetic appeal that immediately sets it apart from ordinary quarters. The rarity of the 1965 silver quarter lies in its accidental creation. It is believed that only a handful of these coins exist, having been produced when leftover 1964 silver blanks were mistakenly fed into presses already set for 1965. While most of these transitional errors went unnoticed and entered circulation, a few were later discovered by sharp-eyed collectors. Coins that remain in uncirculated or mint-state condition are particularly scarce, with the finest examples authenticated by major grading services like PCGS and NGC. Their rarity has only increased over time, as more examples are lost or remain hidden in private collections, making any verified specimen a true gem for collectors seeking historical anomalies. In terms of market value, the 1965 silver quarter has shown remarkable performance. Depending on its grade and silver purity verification, its value can range anywhere from $1,200 for a circulated example to upwards of $4,700 for one in mint-state condition. Some exceptionally preserved or certified examples have achieved even higher figures at specialized auctions. The demand is primarily driven by the coin's status as a transitional error, an unintentional relic of a bygone silver era. Unlike most modern quarters, whose worth rarely exceeds face value, this coin's blend of historical and metallic significance ensures its continued desirability among high-end collectors. For those looking to add this piece to their collection, careful attention to detail is essential. True 1965 silver quarters can be identified by their weight and sound. Silver examples are slightly heavier and produce a distinctive ring when gently tapped. Certification from reputable grading agencies, such as the Professional Coin Grading Service (PCGS) or Numismatic Guarantee Company (NGC), is strongly recommended to ensure authenticity and accurate valuation. Collectors should avoid unverified online listings or deals that seem too good to be true, as counterfeits and altered coins are known to circulate in the market. Storing the coin in a climate-controlled environment and protective holder helps preserve its condition and value. The beauty of this coin extends beyond its silver shine. It's a tangible reflection of America's economic evolution. It represents a time when the country transitioned from precious metal coinage to modern, cost-efficient alternatives. For numismatists, it's more than a collectible. It's a conversation piece that bridges the past and present of U.S. currency. Each verified 1965 silver quarter tells a story of error, discovery, and preservation, a journey from mint oversight to modern-day marvel. In conclusion, the 1965 silver Washington quarter remains one of the most intriguing and valuable error coins in American history. Its limited existence, combined with the historical circumstances that produced it, make it a top-tier collectible in the numismatic world. With values reaching several $1,000s depending on condition and certification, it continues to attract both passionate collectors and serious investors. For those fortunate enough to own one, it's not merely a piece of metal, it's a fragment of history, representing one of the most fascinating chapters in the evolution of U.S. coinage. Next coin, the 1966 quarter-dollar old coin, a piece that might not sparkle like a newly minted coin, but beneath its worn and dirty surface lies a history that fascinates collectors around the world. Even in rough condition, this quarter holds value far beyond its face, a reminder that true worth often hides beneath the surface. Whether you've just found one in change or inherited a coin jar full of old quarters, this 1966 piece might be one worth holding on to. The year 1966 was an important time for American coinage. The U.S. Mint was still adjusting to the removal of silver from quarters, a major change that took place after 1964 when silver prices rose dramatically. By 1966, quarters were made of a copper-nickel clad composition instead of the 90% silver alloy used in previous years. However, this transition period created confusion, hoarding, and even shortages across the country. Citizens were still searching for silver coins in circulation, and the government was working overtime to produce enough clad quarters to meet public demand. Because of this rush, many 1966 quarters were heavily circulated, showing wear and tear, making high-grade or untouched examples much harder to find today. On the obverse side of the 1966 quarter dollar, you'll see the classic bust of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan. The word liberty stretches across the top, and beneath Washington's chin lies the national motto, "In God We Trust." The date, 1966, sits just below the neck, marking its place in numismatic history. Flip it over and you'll find the bold image of the American eagle, wings spread wide, clutching arrows and an olive branch, a timeless symbol of strength and peace. Around the eagle are the words United States of America and EPLURIBUSUNUM, with quarter dollar engraved at the bottom. While the design remained similar to earlier silver issues, the subtle color shift from bright silver to a duller, nickel tone made the 1966 quarter distinct. In dirty or aged condition, the contrast between the copper edges and worn details can make these coins look truly vintage, adding to their nostalgic appeal. The rarity of the 1966 quarter dollar doesn't come from a low mintage but from condition and preservation. More than 821 million quarters were struck that year, but due to their heavy use in daily commerce, few survived without major scratches, discoloration, or surface wear. Proof sets were not officially issued for 1966, which further limits the number of high-quality specimens available to collectors. Even though a heavily circulated or dirty 1966 quarter might not seem impressive at first glance, it still holds significance because it represents a coin from the heart of America's transition away from silver. Collectors treasure it as a snapshot of a changing economy, and those few pieces that remain in near mint or uncirculated condition can command impressive prices in the numismatic market. What makes the 1966 quarter dollar particularly interesting to collectors is not just its composition but its story. It's a coin from an era of experimentation, adaptation, and national change. Many enthusiasts see it as a cornerstone piece for anyone collecting post-silver Washington quarters. Its design, historical importance, and the challenge of finding one in top grade make it a standout in the Washington quarter series. Even coins in less than perfect shape have become conversation starters and collectible curiosities because they carry the marks of time, a visual record of America's daily life in the 1960s. When it comes to market value, condition is everything. A heavily circulated or dirty 1966 quarter might sell for around $800, but coins that are lightly circulated or graded in higher conditions by professional services like PCGS or NGC can bring anywhere between $2,200 and $4,300, depending on luster, strike quality, and overall eye appeal. Rare varieties with strong strikes or exceptional tunning sometimes fetch even higher prices from dedicated collectors. The steady appreciation of clad quarters from the 1960s has been a notable trend in recent years, proving that even non-silver coins from this era can carry serious investment potential when preserved correctly. For collectors seeking to add a 1966 quarter dollar to their collection, the key is patience and attention to detail. Look for coins that retain some of their original shine, with minimal scratches on Washington's cheek or the eagle's wings. Always consider certification from reputable grading companies to confirm authenticity and condition. This not only protects your investment, but also boosts resale value. Store the coin in a dry, cool environment using protective holders to prevent further oxidation or dirt buildup. You might stumble upon one in estate sales, flea markets, or old coin jars that have been forgotten for decades. The thrill of discovering one in unexpectedly good shape is what keeps collectors coming back for more. In conclusion, the 1966 quarter dollar old coin represents much more than a simple piece of change. It's a historical artifact from a time of economic transition and resilience, carrying with it the spirit of a nation adjusting to change. Whether in shiny mint state or deeply worn condition, this coin continues to hold both sentimental and financial value among collectors. Its story reminds us that sometimes the most unassuming coins hide the richest tailies. Stay tuned because up next, we'll explore another remarkable find, a coin that might be hiding right in your pocket, waiting to reveal its hidden worth.